play it by ear. We should be good to go. We're on now. Yeah, we're on now.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem. Rakar Kwadash.
We want to give a double honor to our apostles and the elders, the great millstone, the Ruel.
And to you hopeful elect out there on the four corners of the planet Earth, keep fighting, keep pushing, keep maintaining, keep going towards that goal, because we're at the time of Yahweh Shem Yahushua taking us out this place and bringing us into the salvation that is for to come. Abaratazah, we be in that number, man. All right, so we're the Akim from GMS, Missouri. We just want to go in on this topic of the Gentiles, because Gentiles and especially the understanding of the Gentiles is starting to be a big issue. It was an issue back then too, you know, and I know brothers will agree. This has been an ongoing issue. There's nothing new under the sun. So if we're going over it now, best believe we went over it back then, okay? And it was a constant fight to try to get Jake to understand this. So we're fighting still, man. All right. I'm sure try to get this studio light, but yeah, man. We're gonna go into some articles, bro. If you got anything, you go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
Right, man. We're basically going back to the basics, you know, just on the Grecians. Because Jake has Jake can understand it on the because Jake has an idea, but Jake just don't have the full understanding of it.
So I pulled up this article which has a lot of definitions of Grecian, Greeks. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick the bones out of it. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through some of these precepts. I'm sure some precepts will come up, but we want to get an understanding and to hopefully give, if you're a part of the elect out there, a very, because we believe it, man. We're not, these lessons aren't for us. I mean, these lessons are to help, you know, solidify our faith in this truth. But these lessons are for men that are coming in this truth. We believe, we know who the Gentiles are. We know who the Greeks are. We're not pushing these lessons to say we don't know or we're on the fence. We know who it is. It's easily understood, man. You know, just like we got it, and then it was so easy when we did get it, but then how much to show the power of the Lord that the Most High made it hard for you to get it, because there was a time we were actual Gentiles in Greeks, man. Okay, because I was doing some research, the word Greek was a wide term to say non-Israelites, pretty much. That's what it was saying. It was saying anybody that didn't follow the customs, because the Greeks, through Alexander and his 4 generals, they conquered the known earth. They had only ones that was really battling each other was the 4 generals that had skirmishes amongst each other. It was a power what's the word? It's a power vacuum. Okay, that's what happened when the so-called 4 generals, they came into power. It was a power vacuum. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Go ahead and speak out.
All right, man, and Grecian, it basically, man. All right, now plus Israelites. All right, what they did, Jake wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and the law, statutes, and commandments. So Jake was looked at as what? A heathen, man. All right, just like you have now. Jake is a lot of Israelites are not keeping the statutes, laws, and commandments. So they are looked at what? As Americans, man. Right, man. They are your modern day, Romans, man.
And then
modern day Greeks.
Exactly. This is the definition of what was taking place back then. Okay, the definition is as what is a vacuum, a power vacuum, okay? It says a political science and political history. The term power vacuum is an analogical, it says analogical between physical vacuum to the political condition when someone has lost control of something and no one has replaced them. The situation can occur when a government has no identifiable central power of authority. So that's what happened with Alexander and his generals. There was a power vacuum, even though they put crowns on themselves. If you want to get that in Wisdom of Solomon too, bro.
I got you.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 1. So that's what was taking place in the time of Alexander the Great, Alexander the Mediocre. You know, he was he lost after he gained power over the known world by conquering the known rulers at the time through warfare. There was a power vacuum when he died. I think he ruled roughly like what? I think it was like 15 years. It was about it was about 15 years that he actually was ruled on the throne. That's a short rulership for a man that did that much conquest. Okay, but that was set up in the spirit. The Most High had set him up to do a job, and then he did away with him. And another job that he also set up was Hellenizing the Israelite foreigners. Okay, because the Most High did not, Yahushua had to do a reconciliation between us and the Father. So he said he had to bound up the breaches thereof. So the Most High was setting Alexander up to, one, take down the other nations and to set up the Greek Empire, which was just another Edomite empire, and then also to take and put in the Hellenization of the Israelite foreigners, which then would set up the stage down the line for Paul going to these Israelite foreigners and waking them up with the truth. So the Most High was thinking on chess moves, man. It was so precise. Go ahead, Doc.
I looked up how long did Alexander the Great rule. It says 12 years and 8 years and months.
Oh, so he ruled for 12 years.
12 years and 12 years and 8 months.
Okay, so 12. That's even a spiritual number.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, he ruled for 12 years, and then the Most High did away with him and set up his generals, which the generals played a part too. You had the Ptolemy dynasty, the Seleucid dynasty. Those dynasties have set a stage. A lot of events took place between those two dynasties, man. Okay. You got that First Maccabees?
Yeah, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
This is First Maccabees, and I'll start at 6. It says 5. It says and after these he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
Yep.
Wherefore he called his servants.
And Alexander had all the best physicians
at that honorable.
And just to add to the point, Alexander had access to the top medical in that era. Okay, he conquered the earth, so the physicians, the herbologists, the botanists, all of those were back then. Go ahead.
Says, and had been brought up with them from his youth and part of his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
So what'd he do? Because Alexander was a freak, man. He was a sodomite. He didn't have no sons. So Alexander was a full-fledged sodomite. Okay, he didn't deal. He didn't. To show you how cold the Lord is, he didn't even set up he didn't even give him an heir, man. So the Most High gave him up to that vain affection, and you see it in the movies. If you watch any movie about Alexander the Great, it'll tell you that he was a homosexual. Man, look.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is go right here, man. Look at this. This is a well-known thing. They want to say he was what does it say, bisexual?
Yeah.
I ain't finna read into all this madness, but the point is, Alexander didn't have no heirs, man. Okay, so he was, and we knew that he liked to cross dress. He liked to do different things that would show you that what the tree bites fruit. So he was a sodomite, man. Go ahead, Art.
This is verse 7 says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
Mm-hmm.
And his servants, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them.
So what happened?
Years.
So what happened? They took the power vacuum, and it had to go. They fragmented
everyone in his place.
They fragmented the society. They fragmented the power. They put it in pieces. You get this piece. You get this piece. I get this piece. You get this piece. So that's what happened.
So did their son after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Are you sure good things didn't start taking place? It was a blessed time, wasn't it?
Let's see. It says, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Evils, bad times were multiplied in the earth when they ruled.
Exactly.
Just like now, we know that these are Edomites because what's happened since Esau's ruled in the latter day. Evils have multiplied, man, on the earth.
Exactly.
Yeah, go ahead and speak on it, Doc.
Because the earth was given into Esau's hands. Okay? In Malachi 1 and 4, it says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but it will return and build the desolate places. Thus says Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will go down.
Mm-hmm.
They shall call them the border of wickedness. So wherever Esau goes, wherever Esau goes, wickedness is with him, man. Wickedness lies wherever he goes.
Yep.
Okay. So Esau, he's ruling now, and evils are still being multiplied, man. Evils are still being multiplied. Okay. Plus, it says when the righteous are in authority, the people mourn. But when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So the wicked is ruling, man.
Exactly.
The wicked is ruling, man. That's how we know who Esau is.
Now we're going to jump right into this article. It says Grecians and Greeks. It says there's some bones in here, Akim, so we're going to try to pick them out as we go. I read over it a little bit. I got to the point. I got to the gist of it to make sure it was edifying for us to go into. But it says Gershon Greek. In the Old Testament words, Grecian occurs but once. Joel 3 and 1 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well put that. You might as well bring that out. We'll start at that.
This is the book of Joel.
1.
1.
Yep. And you can skip around too in there. The points in 21. So you maybe read 1 and then maybe go 10, 15, 20.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Joel 3 and
start at 1, but like the points in 21.
It says, for behold, in in those days, and at that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and
Because
Jerusalem.
this is all it's about, man. This is why is it saying in Joel? Because the Lord, this doesn't make sense if the Lord has to come and take a certain people out of captivity and punishment, but then take everybody. Because there's a certain people that are making all we got to do is read in Psalms where David said that deliver me from thy sword, which is Esau. Esau is the Lord's sword. So if a nation is used to punish another nation, how is that nation set to be saved if they're the ones doing the punishment? That makes no sense. If a nation is unpunishment and the Most High uses the rod of men to correct Israel, so that means a certain people is being corrected by another nation, by the Lord using them to whip us, put us in slavery, rape, rob, murder, do everything to us to punish us, but then turn around and save everybody. No, he's only saving the ones that are in punishment.
Exactly.
You don't see a man getting ready to get bail or bond out of jail, and then somebody come up like, yeah, man, I'm glad we free. You were never in jail. How you gonna be free and you never in jail?
Exactly. Like if someone was kidnapped, all right, and the police have found the neighbor across the street can't be happy like I'm finally free. Hold on, you was always free.
Exactly.
You was never kidnapped.
Yeah, so why we gotta save you?
Right.
If somebody sends out an SOS, which is SOS is an emergency call. You know what? Let's get what the acronym actually means. I think it's signal of extreme distress, usually explicitly by ships. SOS. Yep, signal of extreme stress. All right, so if you have an SOS, right, and somebody sends out an SOS, do you go to the house that didn't send it? If you go to say somebody sent it out from an island, you don't go to the neighboring island and go to that island and say, hey, what you guys want? They're going to be like, we never sent out the distress signal.
Right. Exactly. Like, come on, man. So how could everyone be saved when everyone is not in slavery?
Yep.
When everyone wasn't under the covenant in the first place? How can you return unto something that you was never a part of?
Exactly. Because they want to return unto something they don't understand these scriptures, man. They don't understand these scriptures, man. Hey, get Exodus 19:5.
Exactly.
Watch this. It makes sense when you think of it like that, man. There's no way that these nations need to be saved from something they were never a part of, man. That's like you running and you pick up a dude that's standing there watching a building burn down. You pick him up. He's already on the sidewalk. He's already away from the building, but you pick him up and take him to a safe location talking about, are you safe now? He's like, I was never in the burning building.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, bro. Read that.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. Yahweh, he heard the cries of Israel.
Yep. That's why he told Moses. What the Lord tell Moses? He didn't say the cries of the Egyptians came into my ear.
He said, because, right, exactly. And plus, when Moses went to Pharaoh, he didn't say, let everybody go. He said, let my people go. The Egyptians were not his people, man. The Israelites was his people. He said, let my people go, man.
I got you, bro. Check this out. Because you said something that's on point. It says that Moses didn't go to the Egyptians and say, let everybody go, because everybody wasn't in bondage at that time, right? So there was a certain people that was in bondage that was working, because why did the Lord tell Exodus 5? If you want to get the point, get 5 and 7. Get 5 and 7. Exodus 5 and 7. So now we're gonna see who was in slavery. Why did the Lord send Moses unto the Egyptian and say, "Look, let my people go"? Because everybody wasn't serving slavery, man. This scripture right, this precept proves it.
This is Exodus 5 and 7.
Yep, 5 and 7. You start at 6.
Okay, got it. It says, and Pharaoh commanded the same day that the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, ye shall do, so like it says, ye shall no more give the people straw to make bricks, as heretofore, let them go and gather straw for themselves.
See? So who was he talking to? It didn't say all of us. It said, nah, don't gather bricks for them. Don't gather straw for them Israelites.
Right. It says, and the tail of the bricks which they did make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them. It says, you shall not diminish aught thereof, for it says, for they be idle, therefore they cry, saying, let us go and sacrifice to our God.
See? So that was the one, those are the who was in slavery. Okay, the Israelites were in slavery. That's why Moses went to tell Pharaoh, let my people go. It wasn't saying let everybody come. No, it was let my people go.
Oh, yeah. This is verse 2 in Exodus 5. It says, well, I'll start at 1. Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith, and afterward the Lord God of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord that I should obey his voice to let Israel go?
See? So Esau knows. That's what Esau's saying. History repeats itself. Esau's saying now, these elites are saying, man, who's the Most High? I got to let these Israelites go. But then they saying they're the same ones that's accusing us and knowing that we're the children of God. They said, I ain't got to let them go. He said, why do you want these people? They're sinful. They eat pork. They're not good people. Why do you want them?
Right.
Because controlling Jake is the greatest weapon, man. Who has control over? Because how did Esau really gain? Because let me put it in a way. What has made every nation great on the planet Earth? What has made Jake?
Yeah.
Because what happened What happened when Jake controlled each other? What happened when Jake controlled Jake? I'm talking about in the time of only what? Okay, let me ask you this, Yashar. What is the time in history where Jake ruled Jake, where Israel ruled over Jake in perfection?
During the time of King David and King Solomon.
Exactly. And then what happened when we controlled each other?
Everything was in order.
Exactly. In Israel, in the time of Solomon, Solomon grew in stature over all the other kings on the earth because these other kings didn't have. I mean, Israelites were in their kingdom, but it couldn't combat with Israel walking with the Most High, knowing who they are, following the laws. There was no way that another nation with Israelites in it could surpass an Israelite nation that was ruled by. You get what I'm saying by that?
Yeah.
Okay, Khan. I just want to make it and put it in a way that it only these nations flourish with us under their hands because we're there. Esau's only at this because look at the inventions that Israel has made his society: air conditioning, heating, the shoes,
Yep.
the light bulb.
Yep. All this type of music.
That's right.
Because who invented rock and roll? Jake did. Like, man, we invented everything, man. That's why America is why everyone wants to come here and live a so-called good life.
Yeah.
Because who made that? But that's Egypt great. First it was Joseph. Then Israel. So Israel made Egypt great.
That's it. Now you got to get Matthew 5 and 13. We really didn't jump into the lesson, but hey, there's a part 2 coming in. Because we really didn't get into the body of the lesson, but we hit points though. So we probably gonna have a part 2 to this right here, man. Because there's so much information. Like we ain't even touched the body of the information yet. We're gonna hit a little bit and then we'll do a part 2 on this one. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Matthew 5 and 13. It says, "Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salty? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men." All right, so we are the salt, man. We give this earth flavor, man. We gave America flavor. We gave Egypt flavor, man. We gave ancient Babylon flavor and ancient Assyria.
Yep.
Flavor, man.
In the time of Shalmaneser. We just like you said, Babylon. How did we get Babylon flavor? Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were high-ranking Jakes. They weren't low-level Jakes. He rose to the highest. Daniel rose second below the king.
Exactly.
So his decision-making helped shape a kingdom, man.
Exactly.
How you go from being a slave and a captive to being a governor of your enemy's land? That takes. You got to be a bad dude. That you ain't even. This ain't even your kingdom, and you so bad of a dude that you rise up in the ranks above the people that nationality is in that kingdom. You rise up above them and you came in
Right.
slavery. That man, bro, that shows the bravado of Jake.
Yep. Yep. Because Daniel, Daniel, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, he did Nebuchadnezzar's Mashar that all of them couldn't do. They couldn't do it.
Yep.
And that's why they kept asking him, King, like, I mean, tell us of the dream, but he could, but of the dream, he couldn't remember it.
Exactly. They couldn't dive into it because it was spiritually given, man.
Exactly.
Just like now, Daniel was set up. Everywhere we've went in history has flourished. Now we're waiting for the Lord to put the law, statutes in our inward parts, and we're gonna flourish as a nation everywhere we go. We're gonna spread Israel through the planet Earth, man. We're gonna start off as a small cluster on the planet Earth of wherever the Lord puts it. If we come down from the heavens, and we come down on planet Earth, where we start is gonna grow, man. It's gonna start budding. It's gonna start, man. It's flourishing. We ain't gotta rush. We got eternity, man. Just like now, everything is rushed. Akim, you gotta understand the mindset you have now is gonna change. Every day is just a rush. Your week goes by fast. Everything is rush. Next thing. The kingdom is gonna slow down, man. The kingdom is gonna slow down where things can be done. It can be long and drawn out, man. But once you're living in paradise, there's nothing wrong with a long day. Imagine you go on vacation and you be like, man, damn, I wish the days would speed up. No, you go on vacation, say you spend about $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 on a trip. You don't want that trip to just fly by.
Right.
You want to cherish every moment of that trip.
Exactly. Yeah, because when you are free, you wanting to like get off vacation. What's the point? When you're free, you can do whatever you want. Right, man? You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, man, because everyone wants a vacation to go by slow. All right, man? Just like when someone calls off work. Right, man? The work shift, it goes by fast when you're off work. But when you're at work, it goes by slow.
Yep.
Right? Now our punishment is accomplished. Right? And that's why years are speeding up, man.
Yep. The Lord said for the elect's sake.
Yeah.
And that's what you see happening right now. The elect is being sealed. The elect is coming to themselves and understanding that, look, man, you can't. There's nothing you do to stop this truth from coming out, man. There's nothing. Esau's done what he wanted to do, and it's over with, man. It's over with. This man ain't got no kind of cards to play besides coming at Israel and trying to destroy him, man. That's it.
Right. And if we wasn't a spiritual threat to Esau, then he would not be taking down our video.
Nope.
Our channel. He wouldn't be doing that.
No,
he wouldn't be worried about it.
He wouldn't even care.
Right. And that's how we know that Esau is hurt. His feelings are hurt, man.
Yeah.
His feelings are hurt because he's like, damn. They know.
The jig is up.
But it can't be stopped, man. It can't be stopped. Because why? Because this is not of us, man. Hold on, let me get that.
Hey, Con, go ahead, pull it.
This is not of us, man. Alright, man, we didn't just wake up one morning and fix some coffee and say,
I'm an Israelite.
let's call ourselves Yasha Allah, and let's come up with a random language.
Yeah, we dug through.
And throw on garments.
Yeah, we dug through the whole Bible to find precepts that match our scheme. We dug through the whole Bible and we done found some scriptures to dig. Man, come on, anybody got time for that, man? We got jobs and shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? We working. How you think we did all this in slavery, Esau? Come on now, man. Tell me that. Esau's giving us way too much credit. And we made it to where and then we went to the millions of Israelites that's awake and told them all to believe the same thing at the same time. Come on, man.
Yeah. Plus we don't even have that much damn money anyway.
Man, shit.
So how could we go?
Exactly. You can't pay attention out here, man.
Nah. This is Acts 5 and 38.
Mm-hmm.
It says to 39. It says, "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught."
And they knew it back then.
But
they knew it back then. That's what Gamaliel was that. That wasn't Gamaliel. That was Gamaliel.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that was Gamaliel. That was Paul's teacher. Yeah, that was Gamaliel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So they knew it back then. They said, man, look, if this is of men, if this is BS, man, it's gonna come to naught. It's not gonna prosper. So that's how he cut him. That's how he was able to save the men's lives at the time. But say, look, hey, we got to be cautious. Gamaliel pretty much came out of it and saw beyond the BS and was like, hey, I got to say something, man. Because he was a doctor, man. He was a teacher, okay? So a teacher sitting there, it's like if you're a basketball coach and you sitting here watch this person shoot a J wrong all day, there's gonna be a time you eventually gonna be like, hey man, come here, let me help you out. Let me give you some pointers. So Gamaliel was like, look, I hear what y'all saying, but let's cut it down the middle. That's because you know how Jake get. When Jake wanted to get up and say something, he was like, man, look, if this be of men, they gonna come to naught, man. We and I got to worry about them. That's why he started giving testimonies. He started giving testimonies to say, look, this man came up against the Romans, was killed. If they are the one, if they trying to do it themselves, and the Most High ain't with them, they gonna fall, man. That's what Gamaliel said. Was like, look, don't worry about them. The Lord gonna if they ain't coming in the right spirit, the Most High gonna deal with them by way of the Romans. But Gamaliel said, but if this be the Most High, then you can't overthrow it. Then we wrong. Then we the ones that's messed up.
Exactly. This is verse 39. But if it be of Yahweh, ye cannot overthrow it.
See? So Gamaliel said, look, Gamaliel said, man, we cannot overthrow it. Look, hey, Baba Kashab, look, I got it right here.
Got it. Now,
quote the verse again. Let me see here. Acts
5 and 39.
Yep. 5.
Right there now. Christianity, that act man-made, man. Plantation Christianity, that's man-made, and it's coming to naught. All right, it's coming to naught, man. That's why these so-called Christians, that's why they are coming up against us. Why? Because they are hurt, man. They are hurt. Because the truth of the scriptures are coming out, and they don't want to hear it. because they love darkness.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This is the word for overthrown is katalio. Katalio. And the word is to dissolve, disunite. What has been joined together, to destroy, demolish, to overthrow, i.e. render vain, deprive success. So you will not be able to deprive success from this truth, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to deprive no success. It's gonna that what script come to my mind where it says the Most High's words go out and it's gonna accomplish what it's seeking.
Yeah.
So that's the Most High saying, look, my words are gonna be successful every time. Bring to naught, subvert. So they won't be able to subvert this truth. All right? They won't be able to subvert it, man. Everything you're seeing taking place right now is the Most High's will at a high level. I'm talking with Esau, with the other nations, with the missiles, everything. We're being shown how high level the Lord has controlled this the whole time, man. He's made them build the nuclear weapons. He's has them conquering certain lands. I mean, the Most High's been in control the whole time, man. There was never a hands off the wheel.
So real quick, this is Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It shall not return unto me void.
See?
But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
That's it. That's it.
Right, man? So Esau, listen, man. You can't stop this, man. Mm-hmm. Why? Because this is not of us, man. This is of Yahweh God. Okay? Bottom line, man. You can't stop it, man. Because the word is still going to go forth, man. Okay, all right? So come December 10th, if you take our videos down, guess what, man? We're going to go to a whole new platform and continue to bring out the truth, man.
Man, at the end of the day, the elect is already sealed, man.
Right. For the past 2 weeks, for the past 2 or 3 weeks, man, I've been every time I look at my clock on my phone, it says either 1:44 or 11:44 every single day.
That's it.
And I've been seeing it nonstop. Every single day I look at it 1:44 or 11:44.
Yep. And the same.
That's a fact.
That's the same. That's the same. That's why we say Abaratazam, man. We say Lord willing, and we hope and pray that the Lord find us in that number. But the signs are there. Who else is doing it? You got guys that's falling by the wayside, that's switching up the doctrine, and we believe that we are, but we say through being humble and hoping on the Lord that we hope that we are, but we wouldn't do what we're doing if we didn't have a hope in it. We wouldn't push forth the effort if we didn't have hope in it, man. People don't, the world don't look after the Most High, man. The world don't care about this. That's why it says God is not at all in their thoughts. They don't even consider the Most, man. You talk to I was going to do it one day. I was going to go by a high school and just do an interview like, who is God to you? And just see what these kids say, we might go do it at a college, might just run around and just do a GMS on the GMS GMS news interviews. Hey, do you believe in God? Don't even go into cutting them or trying to do this and do that. Just let them speak their own heart, man.
Right.
And see what they say, and just see how the people don't think of God no more. God is like it's an option now. It went from the Most High being established on the planet Earth, and there's a God, there's a Creator. So now God is an option. He's jumped to like a number on a menu of shit you can pick out. No, man. The Most High is not an option. He's the only option, man. You know, now the world looks at the Most High like something they can pick whenever they want to, man. That's really what it is, man, and that's a shame, bro. That's why destruction gotta come. We in the time. This is the same generation that was in the time of the flood. I can see now, as closer Noah got to building that ark, the more and more defiled and wicked it got in the earth. Like at first, you know, Noah was pushing out there, you know what I'm saying? He was out there getting it. But then lo and behold, the society kept getting worse and worse and worse. So the Lord said, go in the boat, Noah. Go to the boat.
Yep. And the same thing is gonna happen.
Exactly. So the Lord's telling us, hey, come December the 10th, man, do what you want. Hey, we give Caesars what is Caesar's. YouTube is YouTube's. We gonna give you it's yours. We ain't gonna fight tooth and nail for that, man. We give Caesars what is Caesar's, man. Whose name is on YouTube?
Right. Because we did our job. We did what we were supposed to be doing that. Right? So make your moves, man. Be essence and make your moves, man.
Yep. Believe
Stop
it.
Stop playing with it. Stop. Right?
Hey, like it says, Esau, stop doubting your own faith. Pull the trigger, man.
Exactly.
Pull the trigger, bro. If you gonna ride with it, ride with it. Pull it, man. Right. Pull it. You think you right?
So, man, if you really about that life,
pull it.
Then make your moves, man.
Make it.
You gotta be about that life. Life, man.
Yep.
You gotta be about that life, man.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, man, I ain't got nothing else, man. With that, we gonna close on out. We gonna you got another precept? Con.
Yeah, because you said these people they don't think about the Most High.
No.
Right? Alright, and a lot of them don't even believe that He exists.
Nah, that's why it's an option. That's why it went to an option, man.
14:1, it says, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God.
It says the fool.
They are corrupt.
That's the thing about it, a fool, man.
Right.
You got to be a base man.
Yeah. Says the fool has said in his heart, and there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable work. There is none that doeth good. All right. So all you people that are saying that, well, how do we know that He exists? Well, how do you know that the wind exists? Because you don't see it, but you know it's there because you feel it.
Yep.
All right. Like, how do you know oxygen exists? Because you're still alive.
Shit. How do you know heat exists when you feel that shit?
Exactly.
That's the same thing. That's as bugged out as people are. Heat blows on you. You can't see heat, but you can feel it, that it's a change in it.
Exactly. And plus, when you go to a beach and the waters, they wash up on the shore. But the waters, the waters stop at a certain point and it goes back. Who does that? Yahweh does that. All right, then He gave the waters a commandment, and they don't break it. That's something, man. The waters don't break it. Man, that's something, man. The waters don't break the commandment, but Jake, oh my God. Hold on. I gotta find that, man.
Because what you're seeing right now, you're seeing order, man. You know, you're seeing order because there's more water on the planet Earth than land mass.
Right. think his word is the water. Do not. Let's see. Man, can't. Come on, man. I know it has to be in Psalm. Man, what is it? Type in the
Proverbs 8:29.
Waters do not break his.
Proverbs 8:29. Yeah.
Okay, Con. Alright. This is Proverbs 18 and Proverbs, right? 18 and 9?
Yeah, Proverbs 8:29.
Okay, 8. Oh, okay, Con. 8 and 29. Alright. Proverbs 8 and 29. It says, when he gave the sea his decree, the waters should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the fountains, like when he appointed the foundations of the earth. So the sea, the waters do not break the commandment, man.
Nope.
They don't break the decree, man. Who commanded that to happen? Yahweh did. Because even when there's a flood,
he commanded it to flood.
Exactly. So when evil happens, man, who commanded that to happen, man? Yahweh. Because he created good and evil.
Yeah, it's like people fear evil, but you don't fear the man that created it.
Right.
One thing, say demons and all these kinds of left hand stuff and all that fear factor. That's why fear those things. Why don't you fear the one that created it and don't even deal with it? He's greater than them.
Right. Oh, it says fear not him.
Yep.
That can kill the body, but fear him that kills the body.
And so the Most High got judgment that's deeper than just the Most High got the Most High's judgment is above carnal, man.
Exactly.
That's why he told us that he's what? He punisheth. He said punishing those that generation hereafter.
Yeah.
So that's the thing we gotta always be wary. That's why it says fear the Lord with fear and trembling, man. You serve the Lord with fear and trembling.
Right. Oh, one last scripture.
No, go ahead, bro.
Get 2nd Ezra 8.
You want to pull it up? I ain't got no. Yeah.
Okay, come.
I can pull it up on the video thing if you wanna. Let me see.
Got it.
You got it? Cause I know you got the sword handy, don't you?
Yeah, y'all got it with me.
All right, come.
Let's see. I believe it's 8 and 25. Always going. See. Oh yeah, got it. This is 2nd Ezra 8 and 21. It says, whose throne is ineffable.
That's it. That's my script right there, bro.
Yeah.
That's my favorite script.
It says, hold on, man, I gotta read this.
From the top.
Right.
Or no, yeah, from the script, yeah, from that one.
It says, also in the 20. It says, O Yahweh, thou that dwellest in everlastingness, which beholdest from above things in the heaven and in the air, whose throne is ineffable, whose glory may not be comprehended. comprehended.
That means you ain't supposed to even think about it. When it says whose glory is not to be comprehended, that means don't even think about it, man. You know you a bad entity where you can't even. Somebody said don't even start thinking about it, man. That's how bad he is, man. Right. That means everything you think about that person, that thing is more than what you can even do that.
Right.
Most High's far out, man. He created us, man. He gave us life. There was no energy. He gave us spark. What you're living now, you're breathing, you're living, it's the Most High's will, man. He willed this. He willed life. Right. He willed you to be a drinker. He willed you to wear the clothes you wear. He willed everything. That is a power that you can't understand, man.
Exactly.
That's like you looking at a man it's powerful, man. Just like a nuke. You see one nuke. If you be in a room with a live nuclear warhead, there's a whole different fear in your mind. Because one, if anything happens to that nuke, you can't run, you can't hide. You're done, man.
Right.
You're in a room with a nuclear armed anything. Imagine you didn't know it. You came into a room, you sitting around chilling for about an hour and a half, eating snacks, drinking juice. And then the guy that you in the room with, he's like, hey, I wanted to let you guys know there's been a armed nuclear warhead below the table we've been eating. You know how many people gonna drop the plate like, man, what? Hold on, what?
Yeah, because when you hear something like that, man, you would move different.
Fear comes on you.
On eggshells, man.
You gonna be like, man, what? It's right there? Like, it's armed? Yes, it's armed. It's live.
Yeah. Because fear, it makes you move different, man. You move different when you fear.
Mm-hmm. That's why. Go ahead. No. That was just going. That was it.
It says, before whom the host of angels stand with trembling.
Mm-hmm. They ain't playing around.
Exactly. Because the angels on the right and the angels on the left, man, they stand in trembling of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Plus, Yahweh said, plus before the earth was made, man. Yahweh, he dwelt in darkness, man. He dwelt in darkness, man.
He dwelt with pure, with man. That means he don't need sight. That means he don't need the eyes to see you. He sees through the spirit. But he also says the man that made eyes cannot see, or that made ears cannot hear. Yahweh Shai sees and hears everything. That's something on a carnal level. That's what we see on a carnal plane. We see stuff with our eyes and we see it. We hear things with our ears and we hear it. That's carnality. The Most High said he dwelt when there was no man's voice.
Exactly.
There was nothing. There was nothing that could be comprehended. Just energy. Just pure energy. The Lord was amidst of it.
Yeah.
Because what happens, what is light? Light is a chemical reaction.
Yep.
That's what light is. Light is a chemical reaction from two opposing chemicals that force light into being. The Most High dwelt when didn't need no reactions. He seen it before there was something called eyes, man.
Mm-hmm.
We serve a marvelous power, man. And that's why he says in the kingdom we don't need no. The Most High don't want no church, man. He wants. That's why he says this next building is going to be a building that is not made with hands. It's going to be made with the Spirit. That's why Yahweh Shai, this building is being built by the Spirit. GMS spiritual mortar.
Oh man. Hold on. Man. I'm gonna get the Hebrew word for mortar real quick.
God.
Let's see. Mortar. quick. Okay, mortar is it's macha kind of macha macha sash makatash. Wow, makatash.
Makatash. Hey, that's a strong Hebrew name.
Yeah.
What does it mean, bro?
Mortar means hollow places.
That's it.
Makatash. Wow.
Yeah. Makatash,
Wow.
bro. Spiritual. Hey, GMS Makatash. Or GMS for car Makatash.
Wow, man.
GMS for car Makatash. Spiritual mortar. Ooh, they gonna take it. They gonna clip it. They gonna clip it, bro. They gonna clip it, man. Hey, so, hey, Lord willing, hey, with that, man, on that note, we gonna give all praise and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, man. Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Hey, man. Hey, you brothers out there, man. Hey, be that Ricard, Makatash, man. That spiritual mortar, man. We out, man. Hey, you brothers keep faith. Onto another one, man. Lord willing, the Most High keep feeding us, man. And we almost out this thing, man. Salvation is real close. Real close.